Hey guys, Crew Blind, we're back. I'm Calvin. No, go ahead,
I'm Rich.
roll with it. And we're back with Dexter. And as always, if you're wanting to watch along with full length, you can go check that out at patreon.com/blindwave. There's links down in the description, so make sure you do that.
Yes,
this time on Dexter, we are doing reactions from home because of the stay-at-home order in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are abiding by that. What happened last time on Dexter?
If only the serial killers were also abiding such an order, there wouldn't be so much death.
It's true.
Because there has been death.
There has been
death. Yeah, some sort of religious cultist have been killing people in creative, filled with CG ways.
Yeah. The snakes. I forgot about the snakes, Rick.
Who could forget about the snakes?
I blocked him out.
And then I think it was the last one was they stapled a guy to a horse.
Yeah, it was the horseman, wasn't it? Was it? See, that's the thing too. Was it 2 horsemen, or was it like 4 horsemen? And they used parts of the one guy on both.
I think they used parts of the one guy on both.
Because there was definitely different shots. Like there was one time where the guy's real head was on the horse in front, and then another time where it was in the back. So like I thought there was like 3 horses.
Oh, regardless, they killed the Good Samaritan.
They did.
Because that guy tried to stop and help.
Yeah, and they hit him over the head with a rock.
And murdered.
They rocked his world.
They did. Deb is in charge.
Yep. And
her and Quinn are still not getting along.
Nope. She recruited a new detective from Chicago.
Yes.
Bit of a rocky start. Still rocky between LaGuardia and Angel.
Angel, yep.
Masuka is getting along well, very well, with his teacher's assistant, whatever you want to call her. Lab assistant.
Stole a hand, evidence from the Bay Harbor Butcher.
Yeah. So I wonder if...
No, the ice truck killer.
Yeah, ice truck killer.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Dexter is going to have to come after her at some point, and it's going to be a department thing.
Maybe. He also did meet one of his legends, serial killer.
Yeah,
was
the Tooth Fairy.
Yes, the Tooth Fairy, who disappointed him in a number of ways.
Yeah, although I think the Tooth Fairy disappointed himself in a lot more ways.
True enough. Well, let's hope this episode does not disappoint as we get started.
Well, that sucks for the girl. She was trying to warn him. Those completely ignorant and foolish cops.
You haven't played Deadly Premonition, have you?
I have not, no.
I have to see when it comes out. I have to see which one came first. Because that is like almost exactly what happened. And I need to know which was first. Alright, so Deadly Premonition was 2010.
Dexter Season 6 was
2011.
It was after. Although the symbology and everything is much older than both. But the trigger, the trap and everything. That's clearly.
Oh God.
Like you said, it's like exactly the same.
It is super similar, yeah. Like there's a couple of instances of that in Deadly Premonition, but certainly like having a woman that is portrayed as like some sort of pure figure in a trap that is triggered by a tripwire, and then something happens to her neck and she dies. Like the location is different, but everything else is the same.
My first thought, whenever I see someone like bound up like that and prepared and like, my first thought is, okay, it hasn't happened yet. So there must be a trigger. I'm looking around. Why?
It could be a timer, but it's more likely to be some sort of proximity something.
Yeah, something that they can actually like. In this case, like because of the religious symbology and stuff behind it, like it would make more sense that it would need to be witnessed. You know what I mean? They're doing all of these. What did the one guy from Chicago? What did he call them?
Tableaus, right?
Tableaus. That's what it was. What the fuck is an auteur?
His name is Mike
Mike. Mike. I should be able to remember that.
Anderson.
Anderson.
Mr.
Mr.
Anderson.
Anderson. So, yeah, so Mike was saying about the tableaus, like it would make more sense to me that it would need to be like witnessed by someone.
Sure.
So all of those things went through my head before I even saw that Deb saw the tripwire. I was like, no, no, stop moving. Pressure plates, tripwires, something.
I think the most unbelievable thing about this episode is the waitress sleeping with a guy like Travis on the first date.
You think? It's Miami,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, I think they're bigger fish in Miami than
I
Travis.
I think he's a sensitive, fairly attractive guy.
He's not that sensitive.
I mean, he's
Kill
more,
people.
yeah, but for what he believes is right. Like,
Yeah.
he's sensitive in the way that he is having a conversation with her, and it was a meaningful enough conversation that she was willing to be that vulnerable with him. Are you victim blaming?
No. No. I'm just
No,
saying
I'm teasing.
that there's a lot of ridiculous things in this episode, and that is one of them.
Yeah,
I feel.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
like-
find it unbelievable. I find it more unbelievable that what's his name, the professor, snuck in and was watching them, and then took her out of bed. Oh no, wait, she was wearing a robe, so maybe she got
Yeah,
up
so
to
she-
like make coffee or whatever, and he grabbed her there. But like,
He's just been up all night waiting.
yeah,
James
is that his name? James
Geller.
Geller. Yeah, when Geller said like, that's why we have free will. Do whatever you want. Very loaded pause.
Yeah.
I feel like this episode was like written by someone who had experience with psychological abuse and stuff like that, manipulation. Or maybe they just know like what strings to pull, but those are some very appropriate. What else did you like about the episode? Or dislike, I guess, if we're going through the unbelievable stuff.
I mean, I did like how Masuka dealt with Roller Girl 185.
Yeah.
She sold the prosthetic, was selling it on eBay, and he's just like, get out.
Yep.
I kind of wonder, like, is he gonna tell people?
I don't know. He said like I could lose my job for this.
He
But
darn well could.
who has the final say? Would it be like,
I mean, it's his intern under his watch, so it's his responsibility.
yeah, but like who would take the action to appropriately discipline him? Would it be Deborah? Or would it be
I don't
somebody
know.
higher up? Or would it be somebody in
Because-
some other department, in like a forensics department rather than homicide?
Yeah, because I mean, Deb is in charge of like the detectives, but she's not necessarily in charge of the CSI guys, right? Wouldn't that be someone different?
Well, I mean, she can order them to do stuff. Like she's in charge of them, but like,
But she's probably not doing their like
but she's not.
evaluations.
No, I don't know. That I feel like it would be some kind of different board or higher power that is in charge of them. You know what I mean?
Did you say higher power?
Well, higher power than maybe Deb, because they're not like officers. They're not sworn in or anything. They're
Yeah, exactly.
technicians, basically. I shouldn't say technicians. They're
Lab geeks.
squints.
I really like Brother Sam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I liked his scenes with Dexter and hearing about his past. Just him being there for Dexter. That was all really cool stuff.
Yeah, I really like Brother Sam. Even when we saw him in the station, like I was like, I don't know about this guy. But yeah, people change.
I really hope it's Brother Sam versus James at the end, like good versus evil.
Yeah, that could be interesting. Or Dexter versus James, and then Sam versus Travis. I mean, it works from like the serial killer kind of perspective,
Mm-hmm.
because like Dexter and James are like the alphas. But then as far as like religiously, I would say that James and Sam are the alphas.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Could go either way.
I wonder if Travis will have an epiphany, like realize what he's doing is wrong and turn against
Is he
James
gonna see
at the end of this.
the light? It's not just James's light. That would be an interesting turn, but I don't know. He's really all he needed to convince him to kill that girl was like, she's been selected. She has to die now. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Starts tying her back up.
He did get her to like leave his sister alone. I figured Travis kind of would have taken the hint, but he is a man who doesn't seem to do a lot of critical thinking.
No. Or self-reflection.
Yeah. So the numbers are representing days, but they are counting up, not down.
Yeah.
So I wonder what they're counting up to. It should be, I imagine that date is during one of the Crusades.
Didn't they all last for like 15 years? See, like 1,240 days. That's only like 3 years.
Well, yeah, there were a number of them. Well, on April 5th, 1242, the Battle of the Ice was fought between the Republic of Novgorod.
Novgorod?
Yeah, it had the Teutonic Order in it, so it had something to do with the Crusades.
Yeah, but there was also a crusade called like the Children's Crusade, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't think that was that one, though.
No, I don't think that was that one. So Dexter knows Travis was there.
I hope Dexter works with the police because I really want Deb to get a win on this one.
Yeah, I feel like because it's Deb now, I feel like Dexter would actually like pull more for the police team to make her look good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she solves it, she catches the guy, but maybe like when it's under someone else's watch, like corrections or something like that, then he organizes it so he gets away and kills him.
If he is starting to have any belief in God, and he does believe in that pact, like, God probably doesn't want him to be murdering people.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, is Harry slowly gonna get replaced with talking
Jesus.
to? I mean, yeah. Because like when Dexter lowered my chair a little bit, when Dexter talks to Harry, like Harry's there, but when he was praying, like Harry wasn't there. So I wonder
Sure.
if it's going to eventually be like, yeah, Dexter is praying, and it's not Harry, because that's
Maybe.
kind of what he does with Harry. Like he seeks guidance. He talks his thoughts over, and
He's judged.
he is judged.
So what do you think of Mike so far?
I like Mike.
Cool.
I feel like shoot, what's his name? Quinn. I feel like Quinn is especially an asshole to him because one, he's new, and two, it's because he's right now he's the teacher's pet. Like Deb goes to him, asks questions and stuff like that. I feel like he sees him as like competition, like cutting in on his ex, I guess.
Well, yeah, and I kind of think Mike and Deb might get together too.
Yeah.
At some point.
I mean, he's a coworker, and
he's a
and
subordinate.
he is attractive. Well, yes, he is. He is not attractive. I mean, he is attractive. Subordinate. That's what I was trying to say. So when has Deb never gone for someone who was attractive and convenient?
Masuka.
Attractive and convenient.
Quinn and Angel getting high.
Yeah, that was.
It seemed to have no consequences.
Yeah, that was just a great like buddy cop moment for them. Like I think they both needed it.
It was very irresponsible for them to drive to the station.
Incredibly well, they drove to the guy's address, didn't they? Because they got a statement from him.
Oh yeah, you're right.
About
but still.
James.
Yeah.
Even more irresponsible. Doing work.
Would have been fun to see that interview.
I love how Angel's trying to talk to him. I was like, look, I can see how much your heart is hurting for Deborah.
Get those big giant sausages off of me.
Ugh.
And the sword is supposed to belong to John the Revelation.
John the Revelator.
Revelator, yeah. They're very like...
Revelator in the dark.
It's a very like supernatural Buffy the Vampire Slayer charmed sort
Yeah,
of thing.
it is. It's like this guy owned an object and somehow it was imbued with this property, and we need that one to
Yeah.
do this thing.
Some silly stuff, but I'm still having fun with it.
Oh yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I feel like last season, like I don't know, at times it kind of like drug on, like spun its wheels a little bit. Like I don't know, I was super excited for John Lithgow and everything. Then it felt like Dexter was just holding back too much. I feel like I've talked enough about last season, but this season I feel like it's picking up a lot, and I'm really enjoying it. It's not enough Harry.
Yeah,
Not enough Harry.
not enough Harry. And thank goodness Harrison is okay.
Yeah, absolutely. That was scary. It's like, oh no, what if he loses the last part of Rita he has, you know?
Yeah, if I was his dad, I definitely would not have left.
But I guess that's like the part of Dexter that's a little bit obsessed with the serial killer aspect of his job, you know, catching people,
Yeah,
observing like the scenes that they assemble to depict different things. I really like the part where him and Deb met at the Horseman scene, and there's a little pause when Deb's talking about, can you imagine just the like he said like genius or like
he said imagination. She said
imagination.
brutality.
Yeah, she said brutality. Like I love those scenes where like they're both interested in the same thing but for very very different reasons. And it also plays into the conversations that he had with brother Sam about faith and feeling good when letting go of the guy and not killing him. It's like,
Mhm.
yeah, I wouldn't expect Dexter to understand a whole lot.
All right. Well, I am interested to get to the next one. Curious to see. Now they're definitely on the trail. So
Yeah,
what happens next?
indeed. You can
Find out.
Thanks for watching this episode of Dexter. Like we said in the beginning, you can watch the full length and early access reactions to this and pretty much everything else that we're doing right now. So check those out over at patreon.com/blindwave. Check out our Twitch, twitch.tv/blindwave. Check out our Discord, discord.gg/blindwave.